I'm a sucker for used equipment. So I spent $2,000 emptying out somebody's studio, and we're going to find out if I got robbed or if I did okay. So personally, I'm excited about the purchase I made. But the question is, was I robbed? Was I cheated? Or did I actually get usable equipment that I can have in my studio and benefit me in my production? So I'm a big supporter of buying used equipment. Everybody on YouTube is going to show you the newest and the greatest. They're not going to really talk too much about the oldest and the usable. So somebody was clearing out their studio. I made them a cash offer deal for everything. I didn't really look through any of it. And now I'm getting a chance to separate it all and kind of look through it all and see if I actually made a steal or if I was robbed. Personally, I think I made a steal just because of some of the items I've got and some of the items that I could use. So for instance, let's start off back here in the photography kind of world. So we did get like 3 strobe lights, mono light strobes for photography with chimers, and some of it was missing and some of it was broken, but the main thing is the strobes worked. It also had wireless remotes to them, which means I can hook them up to my current strobes, which give me more lighting capabilities. Some other things, I didn't have any umbrellas like you see back there, which is very beneficial to me because now I don't have to purchase any new umbrellas. I got a set of 3 umbrellas that I can use. Something I didn't have before, but will work great in my studio. So another couple of things that I got was some LED lights. Are they the greatest LED panels in the world? No, but they are usable. If I don't want them, I can resell them. Some of this stuff I may end up keeping, and some of the stuff I may end up reselling and upgrading to other equipment or changing out other equipment. I got a bunch of various 15 millimeter rod accessories, cages, handles, 15 millimeter rod things. I've got a whole crate down here. Here's some handles, matte boxes, which is always beneficial. Are they the highest end matte boxes? No. This one is a 4x565, which is great. I did not have a 4x565 matte box before. I only had a 4x4 matte box. So I don't have any 4x4, 4x65 filters, but if I ever do, I will have a matte box to accommodate. So this is having trouble because of I got all the donuts in there, and the donuts are causing some irregularities. So we're just gonna have to skip all that and throw it in there. But it is a fully functional matte box, even though it looks like it's not. Got a couple matte boxes. Got this guy here, which I won't be keeping. I'll try and pawn this off to somebody who would like a matte box like that. But the 4x65 and the 4x4 are great matte boxes, even though they're a little lesser company. Also got the shoulder rig with the handlebar here, which is great. I can always use this 15 millimeter rod stuff. Some of it is not perfect, but some of it is great. So I can always use this stuff every day, build camera rigs or whatever else. I have plenty of cameras that need cages and handles and all that. So that's always beneficial to me. Anytime somebody's getting rid of, 15 millimeter rod stuff very cheap, I'm gonna buy. There we go. Just get rid of that one donut. That was another thing. I didn't have any donuts. Called donut. Goes inside your matte box for the lenses. So if you got smaller diameter lenses, like the 82 millimeter, that would be mostly your L series lenses from Canon. That's what I like to use. All the way down to, you know, a micro 4/3 lens or something like that. You got your donuts to cover any light leaks within the matte box. I didn't have any of those before, but now I do. But mostly I have lenses that are gonna fit the diameter of the matte box and not have any light leaks. But it's always a usable thing when I want to change lenses and go to the Canon lenses or something like that. I got it there. Another thing I got was a whole mess of follow focus. Follow focus are a great thing, you know. I have wireless follow focuses and I have manual follow focus. So with all my cameras, not all of them were. I would have to have multiple sets of wireless follow focus, and I don't really need that all the time. So I get a nice little follow focus that I can put on extra cameras. Some of these are a little bit on the cheap end. That's okay. They're still usable. It's not electronic. It's not an iPhone. Okay, so you know how bad could it be to have a little bit cheaper follow focus? I've been using cheaper follow focus for many years. This has been a good one. This Lampot. That's one of the more expensive ones that were in this kit, so that was a pretty good find within this kit. Also some lens gears for your photography lenses. Adapt them with your follow focuses there. Always can have extra of those. Some 15 millimeter rod and rail, just, you know, clamps, whatever else. These are always great to have if you want to add things like a zoom recorder on a magic arm, which brings me over to here. Anyways, you got a selection of magic arms within that kit. Always usable stuff. This saves me from going out and spending $30, $100 on a bunch of magic arms. I just spent that, and I've got extra clamps to put them all together. And down here, just all kinds of rods and rail pieces to put things together, put monitors on your camera and camera cages. This is all handy stuff. Shoulder rigs, you know, if you got a run and gun with a shoulder rig, this is all great stuff for adapting whatever you need to put on your cameras. Batteries, recorders, microphones, monitors. What else am I missing? Everything out there. And that gives me a selection of rods and rails, 15 millimeter, that's what I'm gonna use. Don't use 19 millimeter, that's big dogs. And moving on along, another big find was a Rode video mic, one of the OG video mics. Brand new, it's about $100. Getting this used, this is probably something I'm not gonna purchase, but since it's in a used set of everything, why the hell not? I have the NTG4 up here. That's much better than this on-camera video mic, but this is okay. It is the 3.5 millimeter input. That's good for scratch audio, wild sounds, anything like that. That's nothing I'm going to use to mic up people, but with an extension to this, I can. You know, maybe a client doesn't have a whole lot of money and we can skim and cheapen out on some things and we can throw in this Rode microphone video mic instead of bringing out the more expensive NTG4. It also had a couple dead cats here. Beautiful. You know, I didn't have any dead cats in my kit, so having a couple lying around that I can probably use on my NTG4 up here is a beautiful thing. Table dolly. Good for product stuff, you know. I know this is the age of motorized sliders, so this is kind of like, worthless. Let's throw it away. No, let's not throw it away. You never know what you may be able to use sometimes. I might be able to use that one day. Maybe I have a particular shot where I just need to get a close-up little dolly slide, and I don't need to go out and spend a couple $100s on a motorized slider. That's crazy. You know, I can make that happen by hand. You'll be much better camera operator if you learn to do things a little bit by hand than you will by letting a machine do all the work. Let's remember, in the big movies, there aren't any machines doing all the work. You know, there's a man physically pushing that camera around and another man operating that camera. So let's always keep that in mind. Another big thing, V-mount battery with the 15mm rod and extra AC ports, you know. This is a great thing to have for multiple cameras. My Blackmagic camera all will use the V-mount battery, whether it's the 6K, the 4K, the Blackmagic Cinema camera, or the Micro Cinema camera. Great thing to have is V-mount batteries. Also, I did get 3 V-mount batteries used, but still usable. That's a great thing. Also got 2 monitors. This C-Tech looks like about a 3-inch, 4-inch. This looks 4-inch, not quite 5-inch. I don't really know because, you know, I didn't buy this. So the beauty about this guy is it's SDI and HDMI, which is great because I can use that with the Blackmagic Cinema camera or the Blackmagic production camera. Beautiful thing to have. I did not have a SDI monitor in my kit before. I've always been using HDMI monitors. But SDI is going to really help me out if I want to put my Blackmagic Cinema camera on a shoulder rig. Then I have a monitor right here, and I don't have to have the camera way out in front of me trying to hold it up. I can actually put it on my shoulder, put the monitor there, and work like that. It's a beautiful thing to have. Also, if I want to put it on a Steadicam or something like that, which I have, you see in my previous videos, I have a Steadicam. I can use that Blackmagic Cinema camera on the Steadicam now. Okay. Moving on to the bigger stuff, a couple more camera cages. These are some old school camera cages still around. Not much use for these, get rid of them. No, I mean, you never know. Maybe I want to slap my 7D in here and use those for something. I don't know, but good to have, don't really need it. Probably end up selling it. Selling it, get some of my money back. Invest into other gear. There's nothing wrong with that. Also, got a little Steadicam action here, a little stabilizer, handheld stabilizer. It is carbon fiber. That's about all I can say about that. Might come in handy, maybe not. Throw it out? No, we'll keep it or we'll sell it for some more money and upgrade to something else. Since we have a Steadicam, I don't think we're going to need that handheld stuff. Now to some of the cooler items that I fished out. A GoPro Hero 3. Is it old? Yes, but it does take 4K video and 2.5K video, something like that, 2.5, 2.7. I had an old GoPro lying around. It's a GoPro Hero 2 before they did 4K, and now I've got a Hero 3 Black Edition that does 4K. I also have some action cameras that do 4K, not quite as good quality as the GoPro, but they're fun cameras. This I will definitely have a lot of fun with when I go scuba diving and taking video and things like that. Don't have to spend like $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 for a new GoPro. I've got one right here. Don't need anything new. Next, pretty cool, is a Luminex GH2. Luminex GH2 mirrorless camera. This, yeah, it's old, it's dated, it's about 10 years old now, but still a great camera. 16 megapixel camera, mirrorless. Had a extra battery adapter already put onto it, which is an added benefit if you need extended video. Small, lightweight, great little travel camera. I can take this out on my travels. Won't be shooting anything professionally with it, but I will take it out as a travel camera because, you know, I'm a fan of Panasonic. They do make good pictures, especially as the JPEGs, not just the RAW. So what a great camera. I had a GF5, I think and this is definitely a step up from the GF5, even though the GF5 is like a newer camera. So this is definitely getting into a DSLR range, a little bit more professional than a GF5 point and shoot. Downside, mirrorless. I don't like looking into a electronic viewfinder, I guess you would call that. I don't like seeing a digital image. I do professionally enjoy looking through the lens and actually seeing what I'm shooting versus some monitor within the viewfinder. But still a great little travel camera. I'll put it to use or maybe I'll sell it. Never know. These still go for a few $100s. So especially this, batteries, SD cards, some extra things like that. Still a great little buy. And we're over here to one of the most excitable things, I would say, is a 20-inch director's DP monitor. This is something also I never had before. I never purchased one. I always rented them when I had to go out and clients need to watch the monitor, or the DP or the director needs to watch the monitor. Always had to rent one before. Now I don't have to rent one. I can rent this guy out, making money. You know, buying used gear, making money, make it work for you. You know, you can charge as much as new gear as your used gear. Nobody knows you bought it used, but when I put this out on a rental, it's gonna bring me $50 a day. That's not a bad thing. You know, $20, $50 extra dollars a day, plus the camera, plus the lights, plus everything else, starts to add up. We're making money, we're renting stuff. That's the beauty about actually buying used gear, is you turn it around and you make a profit off of it if you can. Another little cool things were these little LED on-camera panels that brick up to a bigger panel if you wanted to. It's a pretty cool little thing. Great little on-camera LED lights, have the Sony NPF batteries, which are great. Had one already and then bought two more in this package, which gives me a total of 3 now. And I've got them almost bricked up, and maybe as time goes on, I'll buy some more, and then I actually have an LED panel that I can make bigger. Yeah, great little LED lights for on-camera situations, run and gun, whatever you're doing in that world, you know, wedding videography, anything like that. These are very beneficial to me. Again, making money, adding little things to help my business grow and make money. That's what it's all about, is making money. It's this much creative and this much about making money. Remember that when you're into video production. I think I'll slip out in front and talk about one more thing that we purchased. Not a greatest item. Again, I'm not going to bore you with the little things like the HDMI cables that were there. You know, again, any money that I don't have to spend extra and I can just, you know, get. It's a beautiful thing. One last thing is like cases. Cases are another thing. If you get extra cases for hauling your gear around, that's beneficial. So the last thing I was going to talk about, a couple last things, was this guy here. And I'm not going to open it up. I'm just going to raise the case and put it down back over here somewhere. What that is a tripod dolly. Will I ever use it? No, I kind of prefer sliders over tripod dollies. But it is a cool little thing to have if you really need. Maybe you just need one shot, come across like that with a dolly. You got it. I'm not going to open it up, set it up. I'll do that in a later video as we actually go in looking at little pieces that I find exciting. But I think that's going to do it for this video. I'm looking around. There's so much stuff. I don't know where to start. Right now I'm cleaning up everything, fixing things, looking at broken parts, if any. Got an extra tripod, not a great tripod, just some extra tripods, monopods, things like that. Always handy to have around where I'm not spending a whole bunch on new stuff. But I think I touched on all the biggest components and the biggest highlights. So thank you for watching this video. And remember to always keep shooting, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, later everyone.